Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to the fifth episode of Psychology Talks. I can't believe it's already fifth show I'm doing, and I'm all the time. Every time I do this, I'm so excited to even learn myself from our guest speakers, and I feel the learning is too much from these shows, only even for me. So for today's topic, I feel it's so close to my heart actually, and because it's very little is known about this topic, and this is about like how to unleash your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is actually a data bank of everything. It stores your belief, your previous experience. The function of the subconscious mind is to store and retrieve the data, and its job is to ensure that you respond exactly the way you are programmed. Your subconscious mind makes everything you say and do fit a pattern consistent with your self concept. Today's guest is the expert on this topic, and he's Eldin Hasa. He's the co-founder of Formula EQ Training Academy. He's focusing on teaching workshops to companies and individuals on this topic, such as mindset, leadership, and emotional intelligence. Mindset coach, peak performance, best-selling author. He's a serial entrepreneur, international public speaker and trainer and scientist. He also teaches people to rewire the brain, recondition their bodies, overcome the challenges and trauma, improve their mindset, remove self-limiting belief, and achieve lasting change. He's also currently hosting a global virtual event with Mark Victor Hansen, Dr. Johnson, Crystal Hansen, Dr. Bradley Nelson, and 10 other speakers to help people during these challenging times to improve their mindset, wealth, health, and happiness. So let's welcome Eldin Hasa. Hello, very warm welcome to our show. It's so nice to have you. It's a great honor to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining.
Well, first, thank you so much, Ambreen, for having me. I have been following all your amazing work that you do with all your work on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. I am truly honored to be a guest on your LinkedIn Live today. And I want to just commend you for all the amazing work that you are personally doing and your company for making the positive impact on humanity around the world. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. So how was your day today? I'm sure it's a weekend, so busy with family or something.
Correct. Yes. So my day was spent with the family today. And just before this call, I went for a walk with my wife in the park. And I know you said you did the same with your family.
Yeah,
So, and
exactly.
now we are here to talk about the subconscious mind and psychology. So I'm truly honored to be with you today.
Yeah, same because it's usually the family time. So we spend usually the evenings in the park with kids to give them some exposure to sun and have some physical activities. They run around. So we enjoy time. So just quickly we had a dinner and then and I'm here again. So let tell us about yourself, like why did you choose this field, and what was the reason that you chose this particular field, or any challenges you faced to pursue this field.
Okay, so originally I studied psychology many years ago, and at the university, towards the end of my degree, my friends they were doing finance at the same university. So they said, you know, Eldin, there's not much money in psychology. Why don't you come work in finance? So I actually got a degree in psychology. I went to work in finance and real estate. And I still work in real estate today. That's why the serial entrepreneur. I have many businesses focusing on real estate, but about I never stopped working in psychology I was doing a lot of pro bono work. And then about 15 years ago, probably even longer than that, I got invited to work back in this industry and help people work as a therapist and as a coach. So um, I have like many sort of wear many hats. I have many businesses. And one of the businesses which I co-founded with my partner, Preston Weeks, it's formulaeq.com, which is Formula EQ Academy. And we do a lot of events for companies, for corporations, workshops, and we host live events on stage as well as online, virtually. And we do a lot of coaching, sort of group coaching, and we are preparing various sort of courses which we are talking to various educational institutions in America to become part of curriculum at universities and at schools. So that's why hence the name Formula EQ Academy, and it's in relation to the
Yeah.
mindset, the psychology, leadership, mental health, and these kind of topics.
Wow, in like awesome. I'm really, really impressed by whatever you're doing. Like, especially, I really see your post on, like, I'm following you on Insta and on LinkedIn, and your work is truly amazing, truly inspiring. And I feel, I can relate so much to whatever, like, whenever your post or whatever your content is, I can relate to it. It's so, I mean, it touches the heart, seriously. So let's see that who has joined today from our guest, and like a lot of people has joined, saying like hello. Nasir is there. Hello, Nasir. Abdul Rauf is saying hello. There's Benjamin, Shiv, and Osama, and a lot of people have joined. Abdul Kareem, they're also saying hi. They're saying excellent topic. So let's move to our actually topic. I think our audience are eager to listen to what we have to say about this amazing topic, the subconscious mind, because I still feel that it's not known to a lot of people. They still don't know much about what subconscious mind is. So I think first let's define and let's tell our users today, our audience today, that what exactly subconscious mind is and what does it do to, I mean, and why is it important?
Well, it's a complex topic, and
Yeah.
it's a complex definition to answer in sort of one sentence. So I'm going to try to answer it in few parts, if you will. So subconscious mind, it's truly powerful, and actually everything starts with a thought, right? So our thoughts genuinely, literally create our reality.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about the thoughts which are we are aware from our conscious mind. I'm talking about the thoughts which are generated and reside in our subconscious mind. So, for a lot of people, when I tell them that our subconscious mind is actually our body, they are not even aware. They're like, our body? Because when you ask people, where is the mind? Everybody points to the head. And that's a different topic we can talk about later on, perhaps about the mind in general, what the mind is and where it's situated. But as a subconscious mind, um, like I give you an example because people relate to the examples. So, subconscious mind is also known as habitual mind, as automatic mind, if you will. And
Yeah.
how it works, it loves repetition. It loves repetition. So, for everyone, when like they learned how to ride a bicycle, they learned alphabet, they learned timetable, right? Now,
Yeah.
how did they learn those things? Through repetition. Eventually, when they started A, B, C, D, E, F, G, eventually that became like a song. And eventually now they are, adults, they don't need to think about, because that actually has been stored as a program in their subconscious mind as automatic program,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, example, driving a vehicle. Now, when we are driving a car, we go from point A to point B, And actually, we are not even aware with our conscious mind that we are operating the vehicle, and we are not even aware how we got to the destination. We could be multitasking, talking to the passengers in the car. We
Yeah.
could be looking at the GPS. We are doing so many. If you think about it, and you are actually trying to consciously become aware what you are doing, it's
Yeah.
overwhelming. But because
Absolutely.
we are running all of this from our subconscious mind, so our body is getting us to the destination, our body is driving the car.
Yeah.
And so if you ask somebody, it's almost like going into the trance. You ask somebody, so how did you get here? Often, probably your audience, we can ask them, how many of
Yeah.
you have been on a 1 hour journey and
Yeah.
you got to the destination and you don't even recall how you got there, because you've
Absolutely.
been talking to somebody, or maybe you even were talking on the phone, hands free. You are on
Yeah.
the loudspeaker in the car, you're talking
Absolutely.
maybe to a family member, or you having a business call,
Yeah.
and you did maybe 20 miles of driving, 20 kilometers, but you
Even
are not
I would
aware how you
add
got there.
here, yeah, even I would add here that you must have noticed, like even audience must have noticed that sometimes when we are following the path to reach to our home, but sometimes when we have to go somewhere else, we take the same route and we take the like same turns, and then we realize, oh my god, like we had to do something else. But because it is so much entrenched in our mind that we have to follow the same pattern, and then later on we realize that okay, we were not consciously doing this, because this is how our subconscious mind does, because it loves autonomous sort of response. It puts you on the autonomous mode, that like you do it automatically, whatever you are programmed to do it. So absolutely right. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you asked about the power of the subconscious mind. Well,
Yeah.
subconscious mind is it's constantly working, right? And for most people, they're not aware that everything, how we think, how we feel, how we behave, it derives from subconscious mind, and it's actually 95% of everything that we do. So only 5% of our conscious mind is involved in everyday activities, and 95, actually some scientists believe even up to 98%, so between 95 to 98%, everything is running on autopilot through our subconscious mind. Now, the power of subconscious mind, it's immense, but only if you are, if you have the user manual, if you will, and you know how to use your subconscious
Yeah.
mind and utilize its power. Otherwise,
Yeah.
the set of programs in the subconscious mind, which are running automatically, could be disempowering. And actually, science has proven that over 70% of the programs are disempowering. And there is a period in our life.
Yeah.
So if we start from, as I said, that's why, answering the question in one way is very complex. So I can break it down that the period of these programs being installed is from birth to age 7,
Oh.
when our brains are in a theta brainwave state. Our conscious analytical thinking has not been developed. It starts to develop in our brain afterwards and in our body. So that's why they say children are like a sponge. And this is just a saying, but actually it's the fact, right? So it's a permanent download installation, program installation, software installation period. And unfortunately, God bless our parents and grandparents and our sort of guardians in our family. When we were kids, they didn't know any better. They knew what they knew, and these are
Yeah.
the programs that we got installed with. Now we
Yeah.
are adults in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and we are not even aware why we think a certain way, why we behave a certain way, why we like certain things.
Yeah.
But if we want to truly tap into the power of the subconscious mind, for the audience, there are some simple techniques. First, awareness, it's self-empowerment. How do you become aware? So you take a pen and paper, and after this call, you take a pen and paper and you say, what are 5 dominant thoughts that I think about daily? Become aware. Like, just maybe close your eyes, do some breathing, go inward, and you become aware. Then what are the 5 dominant emotions, name them, and go
Yeah.
really deep, connect into your body, into your heart, and then say 5 behaviors, 5 actions, because the thoughts will initiate some actions, some behaviors, and you will experience certain emotions. So by identifying and becoming aware, this awareness gives you power. So that's the first step. And then later on, we can talk about how to actually permanently go in the subconscious mind and use its power and
Yeah.
uninstall these programs which are less than desirable, disempowering, and install the positive ones, the empowering. So I pass it over to Ambreen
Yeah.
for other questions.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. I mean, it's really enlightening to know that how the subconscious mind is actually controlling us, and we are not, even if we are not aware of it, we will actually continue doing it, whatever we are doing, whatever the way we are programmed to do it. It's the key is to actually become aware of it. And it's very and let's ask audience that have you ever actually felt that like the way you're doing is just doing it, or or have you ever felt that what is there a need to change something? And sometimes even when you want to change something, there is a strong resistance, and that resistance again comes from the subconscious mind, because it actually may we are since we are programmed to do this, it makes us sort of in a auto mode again, and it is very difficult to turn off that auto mode and take power. And that's how that's why it is important to be aware of it and take control rather than just going in the flow. So yes, let's see if there are any comments from the this saying, like Muhammad Farhan is saying that reprogramming the mind is an amazing action that further leads to reshaping your career and achieving your desired objective. Absolutely. So yes, I think let's move further, and let's see that how we can actually tap into the our subconscious, how we actually talk to our subconscious mind, how do we actually retrieve what we want from our subconscious mind. So let's
Mm.
enlighten our audience on that.
So, so rather than retrieve,
Hmm.
it's a process of unlearning and relearning.
Yeah.
So there is, so if what we got in our life up until this point is less than desirable, it came from the less than desirable programs. So you need to unlearn the things first. How do you unlearn them? First, you become aware. So that awareness, you are like, oh my God, this is what I've been thinking. This is what I've been saying internally. This is how I've been feeling. This is how I've been reacting, reacting in traffic, reacting to the family members, reacting to the co-worker. So when we become aware of these things, that gives us power. Now we can begin to change, to unlearn that and relearn. And how do we relearn? So we set an intention. Let's say we have a goal. We want to improve our communication. We want to improve our health. We want to improve anything, right?
Yeah.
And so the intention, it comes from the conscious mind, right?
Yeah.
But because our body is our subconscious mind, we need to make sure that the two are in alignment. And how do we do it? Is by literally you having a mental rehearsal like an actor, right? So when an actor studies the lines for the movie or for the play, they literally become the character ahead of the time when they go in front of the camera or when they go in the theater on stage. So this is how you have to do it. You have to become the person ahead of the experience through setting an intention, doing the visualization, and coupling it with the emotion of
Yeah.
gratitude and appreciation and love. So when you connect to the vision of that version of yourself who has achieved that objective, who has achieved the perfect ideal weight, maybe
Yeah.
you want to lose a couple of pounds, or maybe you want to run a marathon, whatever it is, or achieve a business goal or career goal, you need to actually train your, not just say, like, okay, I write a goal, I want to earn an extra $20,000 a month, or I want to earn an extra 5,000. That's a goal. It's great, but if that goal is not in alignment with your subconscious program, now
Yeah.
the mind and the body will be in opposition and you will be self-sabotaging. This is why people do yo-yo dieting and they don't follow through. Actually, science, Harvard University has confirmed that over 98% of people globally who set goals or New Year's resolutions, they don't follow through. And the reason
Absolutely.
why people don't follow through is because of the self-sabotaging programs in their
Yeah.
subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So you need to literally go to the operating system. So subconscious mind is the hardware
Yeah.
with the bunch of software, which, as I said, 70% are disempowering. So you identify the disempowering ones and start training yourself, usually with your eyes closed. And then eventually, when you become very good at it, you can do through repetition with your eyes open. You talk like that person, you behave like that person, you feel like that person. So if you want to fit in a dress one
Yeah.
size smaller, you have to visualize, how do
Yeah.
you feel? Oh my god, you see yourself looking in the mirror, you
Yeah.
fitting in this dress, or you want to drive that car, or you want to you have a job application, you are looking for work, and you will need to see yourself at the stage 3 interview. They're shaking your hand and saying, welcome,
Yeah.
we are going to offer you the contract, we want to hire you. You have to see yourself
Yeah.
rather. And what most people do, they do the opposite. they
Yeah.
they set the goal, I want to get that job, but then their subconscious mind is saying, you're not good enough, you're not going to be able
Yeah.
to get it, there is
That's,
1,000 applicants, who
yeah.
are you, you don't deserve it, you're not good enough. So this is the program in the subconscious mind, it's
Yeah.
literally sabotaging you to achieve your goal. So
Absolutely.
you need to do that through repetition. And what happens once you start training it's like training a muscle, like going
Yeah.
to the gym, fitness, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Subconscious mind is very malleable. It's easy to shape once you are consistent in applying the training.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can actually do some also sleep learning. What does
Yeah.
that mean? Because subconscious mind is active 24/7. When we fall asleep, our conscious mind switches off.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
our subconscious mind is on 24 hours a day, from the moment we are born till the day we die. Subconscious mind is always on. So
Okay.
how do you go and reprogram your subconscious mind in those 7-8 hours that you sleep? It's called sleep learning. So you put some audio with the positive things that you, maybe you record yourself saying some positive affirmations. Maybe you find something on YouTube of some voice that it resonates with you. It could be in any language.
Yeah.
YouTube is brilliant. You have a lot of free tools out there, and you just listen in your room or with headphones.
Yeah.
And this is one of the tools which is going to help you to reprogram your subconscious mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is amazing, especially the sleep learning is a completely new topic because most of the time we talk about the conscious learning. But the thing is that when we are sleeping, absolutely right, that our subconscious mind is awake and it is doing its job. And that is how, when we sleep, maybe you're right that we put some affirmation or we sleep something, especially like when I remember when I was doing a job. The job was really stressful, and I get stressed a lot. So that's what we used to do, especially when I was doing the meditation and something. To, like before sleeping, we do some like some it's meditating, the stress relieving meditation sort of. So I used to listen, and then that is how my mind used to get relaxed, and that's something, and that stress relief comes from the unconscious subconscious level as well, because most of the time at conscious level we do address to the stressful event or issue, but again at subconscious level it remains active. So we need to calm down all those issues as well and get to the to relieve all the stress or tension in our mind. So that's truly amazing, definitely. I think we got one question here from Kareem, that how do we actually tap the, what is the easiest or the shortest way? Let me see. I think I just missed it.
Yes, I've seen it. What's the
Yeah.
shortest way to tap into your subconscious mind of the team to implement a change and convert into a culture?
Yeah.
Now, this is a question I get asked, or similar question in every workshop. Now, first of all, there is no shortcuts. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to tell you, there is no magic pill, magic bullet, magic sauce that you tap on the app and it's an instant gratification.
Yeah.
It is, if you're a leader, the leadership skills, they need to be improved from the top down by leading by example. Now there is a topic of being a boss is like, do this or you're going to get fired. Leader, the boss is pushing, the leader is pulling. So I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to speak to you like you are a human being who has children, who has family, and I relate to what you might be going through. So, first of all, as a leader, you say, I value you. I see you as an asset in my organization. I appreciate all your work. And then you connect each time you speak to this person. You might have 500 employees. You give them 2 3 minutes of undivided attention and you ask, how are you? How's your family? How is everyone? Maybe somebody's daughter fell and broke their arm. Now the arm is in the plaster. And you say, how's your daughter feeling? Is she feeling better? And that little interaction
Yeah.
will change the mind of the culture at the organization. So it comes from the top down. So
Yeah.
by applying different leadership strategies, this is how you help people to change their subconscious mind, because their belief is like, people don't quit the company, they quit the boss.
Yes, absolutely right. And I think one more thing that I would like to add here is that, like, as you also mentioned earlier, that, the burning desire, the emotions, like, the easiest, again, not easiest, but, you talk to the subconscious mind through your emotions. Like, as you said already, that if you set a goal, you just don't set a goal and start talking something negative, and you have to put the mind and heart to it. You have to affirm it, that okay, you can do it. The desire should be aligned with your vision and with your goal. And that's how you connect with your subconscious mind. First of all, you need to have a desire, as you said, that awareness, acceptance, and then the desire, that okay, yes, this is happening, and now you need to change it. And then change it how? Your emotion gives energy to this. You need to connect with your emotions, because that is the only link I would see, that, between our conscious mind and subconscious mind. Your emotions, your feeling, that's how you linked through it. So that's, I think that's
Absolutely.
really important.
That is
uh,
absolutely true. The emotions and the
yeah.
feelings which are experienced in the body are the key, and the sort of the quickest and the shortcut, as the shortest way, is so the your intention and your emotions, they have to be in alignment rather than in opposition.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because, for example, you can't just be in the bad mood and you can say that, you are in good mood. So, like, your thoughts and emotions should be aligned. So that's how your mind and your body is aligned. Your thoughts, because the thing is, our entire body should work in one direction. It should not go in separate direction. Like, mind thinks that, okay, mind may be feeling I'm worthless, and then you read the book and you said, no, you should say that you have the high self-esteem. Like, you're saying something, you're thinking something else, your body is doing something else. So it shouldn't be like this. It should be in one direction, in one alignment. So
I can give you one example, Ambrin, because you mentioned earlier, like you have this routine before you sleep, you do
Yeah,
some kind of meditation to
yeah,
relax your mind and body, your subconscious mind. That's
yeah,
great. But one thing which is a fact, most people globally, what they do, the moment they wake up, they grab their cell phones, their mobile phones, and they
yeah,
start thinking about their problems. And
yeah,
now, when they start thinking about their problems, they start projecting into the future the worst possible scenario of the outcome of that situation. You
yeah,
understand? So even though they want to have the best possible outcome of whatever they are going through, working on to try to resolve, but because of the subconscious mind is dominant, they begin to project, like this is how subconscious mind works. The subconscious mind is saying, if I can prepare for the failure, for the
yeah,
danger, anticipated danger, a week from
yeah,
now, a month from now, then I'll be okay. But no, if you decide in the morning you don't touch your mobile phone, you don't touch your cell phone, and you do some sort of positive ritual like meditation, deep
yeah,
breath, and you actually visualize the desired outcome as already happened, and
yeah,
you connect to your heart in the shape of gratitude and love, that you see yourself doing that, succeeding at that. Now all of a sudden, this is how another way you reprogram your subconscious mind first thing in the morning, because the moment we wake up, the brainwave patterns are still slightly in the theta. So
yeah,
this is when the door is open to the subconscious mind, and that's why it's so important not to touch your cell phone. If you have a alarm on your phone, you turn it off, and then don't touch the phone for the first hour as soon as you wake up,
yeah,
and do certain rituals, read positive things,
yeah,
watch positive videos, maybe do some physical exercise, but definitely some form of meditation or breath work. It's very, very powerful
yeah.
and very important for the health of your subconscious mind.
Absolutely, absolutely right. I mean, meditation in the morning, and then actually, this is the morning is the time when everybody is actually planning the day, and this is very important time that how we plan the day. You must have noticed that somehow when we plan a day, we usually end up doing the same things that we have planned earlier in the morning. So, whatever we want in life, or whatever we want, we should, if we visualize it, we will manifest it some way or the other. This is how it works. We need to see it happening, and somehow it does work. And it has happened a lot of time with me, and I'm sure our audience must have experienced it as well. So I think we are almost reaching to the end of the show, but let's see. Before we actually close this show, or we say goodbye to our audience, we'll just wait that if anyone has any questions, so they can ask. And I think that there is no question so far, but we'll give a moment to our audience. Meanwhile, any one advice you want to give our audience, just a single advice at how they can
Well,
harness the power of subconscious mind.
well,
Oh,
once you actually become aware, this gives you power. So once you have the awareness of how you think, how you feel, how you behave, you then, for those of you who watch the Lord of the Rings, you have the character called Gandalf. He's standing on the bridge and he's saying, you shall not pass. So when you become aware, you say then that now for the next 30 days, now that you know these are the dominant disempowering thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, you say these will never pass again unchecked. Now, you then also, as you mentioned, the morning and evening ritual, a lot of people, what they do, they start thinking about negative thoughts and worry, and then they fall asleep like that. They have a restless sleep. And then what this does to the brain and body is they actually marinate, they ruminate in the juices of those fears and those potential worst case scenario, and then they wake up in the morning with a panic. That's why
Yeah.
people, usually have a heart attack in the morning, at sunrise, right? And it's for that
Yeah.
reason. It's for that reason. So it's very important that you intentionally choose how you are feeling and what you are thinking before you fall asleep. And that's also, like some sort of a ritual, like meditation, breath work, listening to an audio, reading a positive book. Stay away from like anything which is going to make you feel disempowered, fearful, like news and fear
Yeah.
propaganda, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So choose positive things. What you feed your mind, don't just feed your body with healthy food, feed your mind with
Yeah.
healthy food as well, throughout the day. And if you have certain challenges throughout the day, you just do five breaths. So you're going through something, you take 5 deep breaths through your nose
Yeah.
and exhale through your mouth. After you did 5 breaths, you hold your breath for 20 seconds. So
Yeah.
just doing that will slow down your brain waves, we slow
Yeah.
down your heart rate, and
Yeah.
this is going to bring you in a highly coherent state.
Yeah.
If you are at work, you can go to the bathroom for 1 minute, get yourself into the highly coherent state, and then carry on with your day. And
Yeah.
this is how you do it, is you then become aware that you actually have everything in control. You are responsible for your own life, for how you think, how you feel. And then you begin to utilize the power of your subconscious mind, and you are in the driving seat.
Yeah, yeah, excellent advice. I mean, I must say, in fact, I've learned a lot even from you today about this, from the discussion. This subconscious mind is actually a very the topic that is close to my heart, because this is something we know consciously a lot about why we do this, what we do this, but what the reason behind every activity, our behavior, our preferences lies in subconscious mind, and tapping into those reasons actually give us empowerment, that, and that gives us charge of our life. Otherwise I feel that we are just like on a auto mode and doing things in a way that is the way it's been programmed since many years. So
Yeah,
unless you have to break that, or you have to switch off that auto mode and you have to take charge, and that is the
absolutely.
only reason that you can do it through tapping into subconscious mind. So
Brilliant. And Ambreen, before we go, I have some
everyone, thank you
free
for
gifts.
joining today. And
Yeah, Ambreen, before we
oh,
go, I have
okay.
some free
Wow.
gifts for your listeners and viewers. So basically, if they go to
Oh, that's great. That's a good
formulaeq.com,
news.
there are a
And
lot of
what are the
free gifts. So if they go to my website, formulaeq.com, there are a lot of free gifts, free
okay.
resources, articles, videos, podcasts. And also, I invite you and everyone in the audience to come to a 2 day conference, which is absolutely free. I am getting together the
Okay.
best minds in the world, the most successful people out there, who are
Okay.
the most famous thought leaders, who are teaching absolutely free. So it's a 2 day conference with
Wow.
people like Mark Victor Hansen, Dr. John DiMartini. I think Deepak Chopra has said that he will join if he can make it. So by Monday we'll confirm even Deepak Chopra. And
Oh,
so
okay.
the Jeff Hoffman, he is the founder of Booking.com. Anybody who's booked a holiday or booked a hotel has used the. He's a multi-billionaire who's actually normally charging like $200,000 for 1 hour keynote
Of
speech.
course. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
coming to teach for free. So all of these people are coming to teach for free. If you are not familiar with Mark Victor Hansen,
I mean, yeah.
he's the author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul
Yeah.
book series,
Yeah.
and he is the world record holder for selling 500 million copies of his books. So he's the #1 best-selling author of all time for non-fiction books. He's
Wow.
going to be teaching about how to succeed in everything in life, as well as how to become a best-selling author and what are the steps. He's going to teach you that for free. So
That seems awesome
come and
actually.
join us. Go to my website, formulaeq.com.
Yeah.
Many free gifts, and also come to the 2-day conference where
Yeah.
you can. It's a virtual. You can watch
Yeah.
from your phone, from your tablet, from your laptop,
Yeah.
and it's free. You don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, that's awesome actually. And when exactly is the this workshop? It's
It's in July. It's Thursday and Friday, July 22nd and July 23rd. It's
okay.
over. It's 7 to 8 hours each day. So we're gonna go to sleep, wake up the next day, and
Yeah.
we are back on. There are all the times for different time zones.
Yeah.
You will be given access 48 hours before the event, because now we actually have capacity for a few 100,000. So we are
Okay.
potentially looking for a few million people to join us. So
Okay.
it's a truly movement rather than a conference. This is a
Yeah.
movement to provide the tools to people to feel empowered and to help them for free during these challenging times.
Wow, wow, that sounds awesome actually. I'll definitely join and with all like because it will be the chance to learn from all these authors, these Deepak Chopra. Yeah, I've read his books and definitely he's one of my favorites as well. So yeah, I'll definitely I'll try to join and I'm sure it's a wonderful gift and thank you so much for actually informing us about it and it's an honor to have you on this show because the show is truly enlightening and I'm sure our audience must have benefited with our discussion today. So on this note, we say goodbye to our audience and hope to see them next week. So bye bye and have a good day.
Thank you so much, Ambreens.